同学们，大家好！现在我们讲新概念英语第三册的第14课啊。A noble gangster. There was a time when the owners of shop and businesses in Chicago had to pay large sums of money to gangsters in return for protection. If the money was not paid promptly, the gangsters would quickly put a man out of business by destroying his shop. Obtaining protection money is not a modern crime. As long ago as the 14th century, an Englishman, Sir John Hawkwood, made the remarkable discovery that people would rather pay large sums of money than have their life work destroyed by gangsters. 600 years ago, Sir John Hawkwood arrived in Italy with a band of soldiers and settled near Florence. He soon made a name for himself and came to be known to the Italians as Giovanni Acuto. Whenever the Italian city-states were at war with each other, Hawkwood used to hire his soldiers to princes who were willing to pay the high price he demanded in times of peace when business was bad. Hawkwood and his men would march into a city-state and, after burning down a few farms, would offer to go away if protection money was paid to them. Hawkwood made large sums of money in this way. In spite of this, the Italians regarded him as a sort of hero. When he died at the age of 80, the Florentines gave him a state funeral and had a picture painted which was dedicated to the memory of the most valiant soldier and most notable leader, Signor Giovanni Hawkwood。那么我们来看这一课也蛮幽默的。第一句，There was a time when the owners of shop and business in Chicago had to pay large sum of money to gangsters in return for protection 那么 there was a time 是主句对不对 ？There was a time 有一段时间There was a time when the owner of shop and business had to pay large sum to gangsters in return for 这个呢是一个时间状语从句When the owners of the shop and business in Chicago had to pay large sums of money to gangsters in return for protection， 这个是一句时间状语从句前面是一个主句，然后这里if the money was not paid promptly, the gangsters would quickly put a man out of business by destroying his shop 那么这个呢就是说这里呢有一个条件状语从句If the money was not paid promptly 这个是条件状语从句然后呢主句呢 the gangsters would quickly put a man out of business by destroying his shop 然后 obtaining protection money is not a modern crime 这一句简单句那么这一句呢问题是这个主语obtaining obtaining protection money 这个呢是一个现在分词短语做主语那么这个大家知道现在分词短语这个非限定的那个分词短语能够做谓语以外的所有的成分都可以做的这里呢它做主语obtaining protection money is not a modern crime.As long ago as the 14th century, an Englishman just made a remarkable that people would be 好。那么这一句比较长一点。那么首先来看，这里呢一个 as long ago as the 14th century。那么这个呢是一个介词as long ago as 这是一个词组 as long ago as 那个这里呢你也可以说它是一个比较句，但是呢就是说这是一个词组as long ago as the 这是一个 as 领导的一个词组一个应该说 应该说这里呢，这个第二个 as 呢是介词啊 ，as the 14th century 啊。那么这第一个介词呢是一个副词啊，sorry， 第一个 as 是一个副词啊，那么 as long ago as 这是一个词组啊 ，as long ago as the 14th century 啊。那么An Englishman Sir John made the remarkable discovery， 这是主句啊 ，made the remarkable discovery 啊，这是主句。然后什么 discovery 啊 ？That people would pay rather than 好，那么这一句啊，这一句呢是一个 that 分句，名词性的从句啊。这个 that 分句呢是这个 discovery 的同位语啊 ，discovery 的同位语，后面这个句子啊是 discovery 的同位语啊。什么 discovery 啊 ？That people would 好，那么我们看这句从句啊，这句从句里面。他用了一个词组叫 rather，would rather than 啊 ，would rather 怎么样 than 怎么样啊？这个是一个词组，动词的这像动词一样的啊。那么这里啊，大家注意啊 ，would rather 是宁愿怎么样啊？宁愿 would rather pay large sum of money than 宁愿比什么 than have their life work destroyed by the gangster 啊，就是说。他们呢不愿意把他们的 life work destroyed by， 宁愿呢他们 pay large sums of money， 而不愿意怎么样啊？这个是一个词组啊 ，would rather than 啊。那么大家知道 rather 后面要用那个它的那一起连用的那个词要用 than 的啊 ，then 好，那么 then 的后面这个啊 ，have their life work destroyed by， 这个呢我们以前碰到过这个啊。have 什么什么什么，然后这个呢，这个 destroy 这里是一个过去分词啊，这个我们讲过，对不对？就是说 their life work destroyed by the gangsters， 那么这个呢，就是说这个呢是过去分词啊，但实际上这里是它被动语态的，就是 their life to be destroyed by the gangsters 啊，这里呢是一个过去分词，这个是 have 一个特殊的 have， 这个我们以前讲过的啊 ，have their life work。destroyed by the gangster， 这里呢要用过去分词啊，这里大家注意要用过去分词啊。实际上这个过去分是被动语态啊，这个 life 啊被 gangster destroy 啊。好，那么后面600 years ago, Sir John Hawkwood arrived in Italy with a band of soldiers and settled near Florence 啊。那么这个是简单句啊。那么这里面有一个并列的谓语啊 ，arrived in Italy with a band of soldiers， 这个是一个谓语，然后呢跟它并列的是什么 ？settled in near Florence 啊。那么 he soon made a name for himself and came to be known to the Italian as Giovanni Acuto 啊。那么这也是一句简单句，那么它这里呢也是。两个谓语并列的，第一个谓语是 soon made a name for himself， 这是一个谓语。然后呢，第二个并列的谓语呢是 came to be known to the Italians as Giovanni Acuto 啊。好，那么后面 whenever the Italian city-states were at war with each other， 啊，这个呢是一句时间状语从句啊。Whenever Italian states were at war with each other， 然后怎么样？ Hawkwood used to hire his soldiers to princes who were willing to pay the high price he demanded 啊。那么这句啊，这句是主句，对不对？那么这个 used to 是动词啊，这个 used to 是动词，过去时态。这个 used to 是一个它的过去，那个时候它往往会怎么做啊 ？used to 什么？ Hire his soldier to princess， 对不对？那么这个呢是什么 ？used to 的那个，这个 hire 是什么？动词啊。他过去会常常他习惯上面会怎么样？习惯会 hire his soldiers to princess， 然后呢后面这个 who were willing to pay the high price he demanded， 这个呢是一个定语从句，对不对？那么这里的 who 呢是修饰这个 princess 的啊， 就是那个王子们啊，这个王子们啊，每个city states 有一个 princess 啊 ，princess 你可以说王子，也可以说是那个小皇帝一样的啊，那种那种小皇帝啊，每个 city state 都有一个那个 princess 啊 prince 啊，这个 prince 是统治这个 city state 的，他们叫 prince 啊，等于是 king 啊。那么但是呢，他们意大利的那个 city states 的那个头啊，像国王一样的呢，他们叫他是叫 prince 啊。那么这个 prince 这个 who 呢，就修饰这个 prince 的，这是定语从句啊。Who were willing to pay the high price he demanded 啊，这里呢还有一个定语从句啊。这个呢是这个定语从句呢 ，Who were willing to pay the high price he demanded， 这个整个这个定语从句里面的又是一个定语从句啊。这个定语从句 he demanded 呢，它省略了一个什么？省略了一个关系代词，因为这个关系代词在这里呢是 which 或者是 that 是做宾语的 ，demanded 那个什么，它去修饰这个 price 啊，这个 price he demanded that the price that he demanded 啊，那么所以呢，就是关系代词做宾语可以省略的，这个大家知道啊。所以呢，就是说这个是一个定语从句，修饰这个 price 的啊。In times of peace， 好，然后是 when a business was bad， 这个是一个时间状语从句啊。When a business was bad， 然后呢 ，sorry， 然后呢，这个 Hawkwood and his men would march into state city and after the would offer to go away if blah 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 blah。好，这里啊。这个主句啊，这个主句里面呢，首先呢，这个主句里面啊，它首先呢是两个谓语并列的啊。Hawkwood and his men 是主语，这个是主语啊。Hawkwood and his men 是主语，然后这个谓语啊，第一个谓语是 would march into a city state， 这个是一个谓语啊。然后呢，第二个谓语是什么 ？After burning would offer to pay away， to go away 啊，这个是第二个谓语啊。第二个谓语里面呢有一个介词短语 ，after burning down a few farms 啊，然后呢是 would offer to go away 啊，这个是第二个谓语跟它并列的，用这个 and 呢并列起来的啊。然后后面这个 if protection was paid to them， 这个呢是一个条件状语从句。如果啊 ，if protection money was paid to them 啊，那么这个是条件状语从句啊。那么好，后面看 Hawkwood made a large sum of money in this way， 这个简单句啊。In spite of this, the Italian regarded him as sort of hero 啊。那么这个也是简单句啊那也是简单句 ，regarded him as 啊 ，regarded him as。A sort of hero 啊，那么这里的 as 是介词啊 ，like a sort of as 作为a sort of hero 啊，把它看成是某种英雄啊。好，后面 when he died at the age of 80， 这个是时间状语从句啊。When he died at the age of 80， the Florentines gave him a state funeral。And had a picture painted, which was 好，这句句子也比较长一点啊。那么这个是主句，对不对？这个主句里面呢，它首先呢有两个谓语是并列的。首先第一个谓语是 gave him a state funeral， 啊，这是一个谓语。然后呢，它用了一个 and， 和后面这个谓语呢并列了。Had a picture painted， 啊。这个又是一个谓语，对不对？这个谓语跟前面这个谓语是并列的啊。那么 had a picture painted， 那么大家又看到了啊，这里又是一个 have 的那个用法，特殊的用法 ，have a picture to be painted。这个地方呢，这个 painted 又是一个过去分词啊，它也是被动的，因为这个 picture 它需要别人来 paint 的，别人画的，对不对？它的画像要别人来画的，所以呢，它要用过去时态。sorry。被动语态要用被动语态，这个是过去分词啊，表示被动的啊 ，painted，a picture painted 啊 ，to be painted 等于说啊， 那么好，那么后面这个啊 ，which was dedicated to the memory of most valiant and most leader， 是不是好？那么这个呢是一个定语从句啊。那么这个定语从句修饰什么的？修饰这个 picture 的啊。这个 which 啊，这个 which 是指那个 picture 啊。这个 picture 呢was dedicated to the memory of the most valiant soldier and the most notable leader 啊。然后呢，这里 Signor Giovanni Hucudo 啊 ，Hucudo 这个是这个 leader 的同位语啊。这个 leader 的同位语就是这个 senior， 这个 leader 就是 Signor Giovanni Hucudo 啊。好，那么这里呢，这一课呢就讲到这里啊，谢谢大家，再见。